Hello. It's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. You know what that means? I'm gonna stream what I do for the next 2 hours. And I'm supposed to do something right here that's working on getting this module done. So you're gonna come with me on a journey getting this module done. Cool. I think we're gonna do the female worshiper here. I need to verify that everything's working. I may actually have to restart my calls on my Photoshop here. Hey, that again. Yeah, great, awesome. And start painting. I think color. Brush would be nice. Go. The ultimate taking control. Yeah. Use it. Worked pretty well for me. Dig it. So there was something I noticed that these black lines are way more transparent than I noticed that on all my drawings. Still kind of like the way it looks because it kind of blends the color of the background in with the line. So I think I'm gonna leave that and just call it a design decision basically. But you know what I'm gonna do? Oh hi! Oh hi! There you are! You're there! You made it! Hi, nice to see you. I'm coloring some stuff. So I guess now that you're here, I'll hang out while we do that. I was gonna put on some music, but I don't know. You let me know. Drawing all the things, my friend. Wookie, Wookie, are you here? I'm so stoked you're here. Man, thanks for coming and checking out the stream, dude. I miss you. That's great to see you, dude. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen any of the stuff that I've been drawing, but I've been working on it. It kind of actually is. It's cool. I got a new. Um. Aw. You're sweet. Um. I got a tablet. I got a the iPad with Procreate on it, and oh, it's a life changer. It's a game changer. It changes the whole game, um, which is what game changer implies. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. My God, are you serious? Why is it 2021 and I'm still dealing with fucking WinZip on Windows? Like I can just send this over to my Mac and unrar it, right? Like I can just log into a Linux console and just unrar it. RAR didn't suddenly become some proprietary compression algorithm, right? What the fuck? How can we be wizards if we still have to unrar files on Windows and have to pay somebody for it? That's not wizardry. That's bullshit. Feel me? Don't get me mad. This is how I've been making pixel art. So that's a great question. No, this is not how I've been making pixel art. I make pixel art in Pixel Edit, which is an art program just for pixel art. But I think I'm gonna change. Hello. Yeah, dude, right? It's not even WinRAR. I went to go get WinZip, and it's like, oh hey, you can have a casual 30-day trial. I was like, you're a bitch. Don't get me wrong, I'm down to contribute for software, but dude, RAR. Like, come on. I can just right click something and say compress and uncompress. Like, whatever. But how you been, man? How's your are you still running your game? What was the one you were running? And Hello Better Half. Always fantastic to see you dotting. For a little bit more. Oh shit! You know what? I fucked up. I got distracted and I fucked up. So, rule number one of Photoshop nerd shit: you make a new layer for every color at least. You might eventually, once you've got all the color layers down, cook some combos, like put them together a little bits if you want to cross that or blend them. Usually don't. The head is. This is not the painting I've been doing. It's water deep with all the villains involved. Holy smokes! How'd you get all the villains involved in one water deep game? Really? That's weird. I definitely didn't select that, but maybe. Oh, you know what happened? I know what happened. I didn't. Fuck, dude. No wonder my numbers have been up. Lol. People are like, oh, Hearthstone. You guys not fucking playing Hearthstone? What the hell? Yo, I think I said it on the website one day because I was streaming and then I switched to Hearthstone. Wow! Drop. It made me click on it. That was weird. I didn't want to do that. What am I looking for here? My crap. Channel crap. Nope, that's me. I'm looking at myself. It's getting weird. Can't be in two places at once. Creator dashboard. Maybe? Stream manager seems legit. Is stream info? It says category Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, merp. D&D. Go live notification. The problem is my go live notification says Hearthstone. Yeah, it's notifications. I'm an idiot. Basically want to run to level 10, so I added some stuff and have been running them on multiple heists and hijinks. Very nice, very nice. I should like very much to hear the tales, deeds of your crazy fools. I know you got some crazy ones in your group. I love those players. Those are all awesome. So I'm glad you're getting it. Thank you, Austin Holmes, for the like. Austin Holmes for the like. Author being the shit. Oh, okay, cool. We're good. We're going here. So yeah, have you read any of the stuff that I released yet? I've been thinking about heists. Heists are a hard game mode to play. Oh, you know what else I was doing yesterday that worked really well? Made another layer that was just black, or like a neutral color. Actually, I basically did. What it look like? Because then I can kind of see better what the stuff is. June is my busiest month of the year, so I'm lucky if I even get to play some weeks. I feel you, dude. I super feel you. Like, I honestly, I haven't. Well, I've played semi recently. I have not run a game in a hot minute since I started publishing. It's just been like I'm on a mad dash to create content. It's wild. I play the games that we're building like at least once. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, even just for the read, they're pretty good. They're like between. I think the shortest one I've got out is like 6 pages. The longest one I've got out is like 15. The next big one I'm releasing is going to be 15 or 16 pages. Tons of tables, like tons and tons of rollable tables, so you can like be like, yeah, most of this I don't want to use, but this crazy absurd table or shit, like we got all kinds of crazy stuff. It's really good. Definitely check out the the Doom Desert one, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, there's a bunch of tables in there and a bunch of really, really fun, good ideas that would fit. You can just drop them anywhere. They're just cool ideas. They're like the kind of stuff that players are like, what? What? That's in the game? And you're like, yeah, dude. I don't know. It's crazy. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Not me. Not me. What's that guy's name from Trailer Park Boys? This is like the most boring coloring drawing. I don't even like this drawing. I'm glad it's an NPC, but it's not even a good NPC. Best in some variety humans, full of different kinds and lineages. Oh, Doom Desert in the Decanter of Delirium. You can pick it up on the shop at watcherdm.com. Or if you're already on my mailing list, which I think you are, have been for a while, you can just go to your email, probably check your spam box, and you're gonna find a couple emails from me, from the address of the website, so Gabriel at watcherdm.com. And yeah, you got a link in your email too if you have signed up for my email. I only send those, so like so far I'm not doing any. I'm not advertising anything that's not free. Um, yeah, that's where it's at. I'm trying to get done with. So this is for the VTT board for. Oh yeah, please do. Um, this drawing is for the VTT board for the adventure I just told you about, the Doom Desert. And it's got kind of a male and a female variation. I'm gonna do some skin tones for them. But I could guess if you want, I could show you around. So I guess some of the art that I've made for this. So this one's probably it's my newest kind of coolest one that I like. This is the sugar skull mariachi. Yeah, actually, I can't show you anything, huh? You're gonna go. Well, I don't know. You're a DM. I don't, like if you're DMing for Ani and she's watching, I would be like, oh no, I won't do that. But yeah, trust. We got some cool stuff. It's it's pretty. It's not bad. This is just the crap I drew. The rest of the art in there is all drawn by artists, like mostly local artists or like people that I have met. So too many O's. All right, let me get back into. So okay, where the fuck was I? Holy shit. Right. I was just shooting her, and she's so boring though. I think I want to do this guy. He's at least slightly less boring. I also want him to be like a tile that works with another tile. Oh yeah, let me show you that. He's actually not a minotaur. Shabra. Ooh, size of a minotaur. Oh, cool, perfect. Yeah, just peep that loincloth and those fancy boots, right? Blue skin. I'm a fan. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. So far, wow. Yeah, you're a DM, so I can just show you. All right, cool. Hold on. I'm gonna switch to browser mode. Browser up. Maybe before. Maybe not. Oh, nice, nice. When are you guys going to play? this is the. Can you see? You can see what I'm doing. Starts at 7 notes. You guys got to go in a bit. All right, cool. Well, I'll make this fast, but here's the pitch. So this is the Doom Desert game that I'm working on bundling for sale. So I got to finish the art and stuff for it. But it's got some pretty nice cover art here. If you go into the section over here, the kind of, I don't know what it's called, the journal. You got a bunch of your monster tokens here. They're all linked to their character sheets, so you can get your information, whatever. All right here, it's all programmed in. It took forever. This thing tells you how to run the module, so it like has links to the different parts that you start at and like need to know. And then yeah, all the environments on the map. So the map is this. This is the world map. And you start off at the top, you're falling down a bottle. It's the idea. You're falling down the inside of a red bottle. And you land in the sand right here. Check this shit out. Check this out. So this thing is your timekeeper. So every time the party moves, you move it. Oh shit! You move it to the next node, because that's how the sun travels in this world. And then when the party confronts the sun, boom. Pretty cool, right? So all the things that have like swappable sides or multiple variants, I have them all set to these types of tokens where they can flip and stuff. So yeah, that's the basic gameplay map, because they're moving around between these different encounters basically. And then the encounters are all described here in the general features. And these are all the links to all of them, how everything else works in the world. And then, yeah, all your locations right here, boom. Description of what's going on with a link to the place that it's happening. Or like where it can go next, basically. Yeah, I feel like, oh, okay, right. So one of the cool things that I introduced in the module, and you can tell me if you think it's a bad idea, actually, like I'm down to get more feedback from another DM, because I made this decision with Austin while we were editing. But basically, encounters here, like instead of just having like, oh, blah blah blah, and then like encounters, and then it's like, hey, there's the monsters you deal with. We decided to title and kind of identify what the different pillars of play for the different encounters were, so you could understand all the context, but you could kind of play within the context that the players are engaged in. So if they're engaged in like they want to do social play and they're playing social shit, you can do the social encounter and have kind of the full bodied understanding of what that means and what that can do. So yeah, this is the Roll20 board for the thing that I'm doing, and then you got the winding down sheet, which is down here. And then we got a bunch of battle boards. So these are just sand. It looks. This one's kind of cool. It's got these guys in it. Well, this and the ruins of Serapho are kind of interesting. You got these little semi-transparent little dudes, like shadow dudes. And yeah, here's your saltwater saloon. And then I'm working on the water cave, which I'm still working on the map for that. I'm not happy with it at all. And then this is the top of the pyramid. I want to disconnect this square here from the thing underneath it and have it like float around, but I don't think that's possible. But that's what I want. So it's life. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So look for it in the Roll20 marketplace, like when it comes out. Like I'd be happy to have you check it out. Yeah, so the thing is there's only like there's a map layer. I could do the images separately, but I don't know. Actually, now that you mention it, I probably could. Like, there's almost certainly nothing preventing them. Well, it depends. It depends. If they're baking this to a canvas, I'd have to go like jerk around with their stuff, right? Like, if all the images are flattened into a canvas when it's rendered, it wouldn't probably work. But if they're actually, elements like that I can like hijack from the DOM, then I could almost certainly do it. Move them around, just shift them by like 2 pixels each thing, and have them move in a pattern. That'd be dope, huh? If it looks like it's floating over top. Yeah, sign up for my mailing list. You'll get that shit for sure. Just make sure I'm not in your spam folder. Mark me as not spam, please. The more people do that, the better it goes. No, no. Yeah, cool. Have a great game tonight, guys. Like, I love you. Really? Are you sure you signed up? I'll go check. Switch this back to. You're not signed up. That's fine. It's okay. You've been a busy man. Oh, you've been seeing the emails? Yeah, yeah. No worries, dude. But like I said, if you don't want to go through it, because on the website you go through the process, right? It's like a checkout. I take your information again. So if you don't want to deal with that, you've already received an email. Just go to that email. You'll have the links to each one. They're free. You're good. You don't ever have to pay for them. They're in your email. And I'm glad you've been super busy. It's better to be busy than to be bored. So congratulations on hustling. Oh yeah, 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 for sure. The Roll20 content as soon as it comes out. I think I can do promo copies, but I gotta find out from Roll20 what that is. I gotta finish the content before I can actually ship it. So, but yeah, and hey, welcome Austin. Good to see you, man. Let's see. I'm on. All right, where are we at now? Yeah, I was kind of belaboring finishing the worshippers. I don't really like them. I think they're a weak illustration, but I also kind of don't really want to go back to the drawing board with them. So I'm gonna try and make it better, and then I have to do crazy changes at the end. Do that. Have a great night, man. Love you both. I'll check your thing on the website. I'll check it. Hi, man, Chimp. I want to see my audience. Numbers don't totally suck. Okay, Ani's definitely signed up. Yeah, I don't see Wookie's name on the. I don't see his email on here. No, that's why you haven't signed up on the mailing list yet. Um, just gonna start with brown hair. Brown hair. All right. Cool. Good. This. Probably. Man. Level. Decent. Crazy how much the shading brings such life to your pictures. Yeah, um, the thing I'm learning probably the most through my recent art journey has been it's all light. It's all like light bouncing off of volumes, and that's what makes everything look real to us. Like lines and structures and stuff are all just kind of an illusion of the mind. So it's kind of like an analysis of something that's actually volumetric. It's really weird. No such thing as a like an actual line. It's always a line of something. It's like a 3 or a 4. The Platonic notion of forms. I had to read about that crap because of your man, which was dope actually. Thank you. Oh my god. So, so I think yeah, we'll just deal with the highlights as we have them. that actually reads pretty good. It's not the worst thing I've ever drawn. It's probably also certainly not the best. Take what we can get around here. So I'm gonna export one of these just as is, and then we're gonna get a little weird with color stuff. So I need a whole directory. Tokens. Wait a minute. Okay, here. So this is a little bit tan around here. You know what I need actually? Palette from. Also, I missed a spot. Don't panic. Don't freak out, man. Get your shit together. Is that it? Right. That great dark thing is perfect. Perfect. Exactly what I want. There. Like the metal Bob Ross, right? Just kill your enemy. Water their children. That'd be nice. Like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely the bad guy. I think I determined that yesterday. Like if I get even 5% of what I want out of this life, I should be considered a villain. And I'm already getting pretty high. Let's see. All right. I gotta do the color shifting stuff. So let's save this. I'm going to re-export the one that I just. Look. That's a really one of the things I've been having to focus on is making sure that all this stuff stays consistent with each other instead of I'm getting better as an artist. So I'm like, oh, cool. Right. So we did that. Now I can take this layer, copy it, this, adjustment. Let's look at saturate, which I don't think you can see, but you'll be able to see some different robe colors, which I'm kind of feeling. The guys were wearing purple, and I felt like that was a yeah, like maybe because all the guys are wearing purple, maybe like the other people like to wear the other colors that make that color. Not too meta. But we don't commit to anything until we see how it looks. Or the red robes. Ow. Okay. Let's get our face layer up here somewhere. Face layer. This is the skin layer. Honestly, I think this pixels. Why am I having such a hard time finding this crap in the computer right now? This one I think just needs a little. This. Yeah. I don't want to give him black hair. But maybe that's the right answer, actually. That's the right answer to that. Not 100%. I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that there is. It's Control U. I need to remember that. Control U. Control U. Change key and shift. No problem. Let's darken this. Okay, let's try the other thing. Oh, actually. Yeah, we can do a little one with yellow shoes. Care. You know, I consider it one of the weird things in life that, like, humans are so brown. Like, everything about us is a weird, like, from pink to brown. Like, I don't know, all shades of brown, if that makes any sense. There's a bajillion beautiful colors on the spectrum, and almost everything about us is some variation of pink or brown. It can go red, it can go into the red side of brown, and it can go into the really, light pink peach side of brown. But it's all the same spectrum of color, right? It's like somewhere right about here. But the reality is, it's not anything like that. Like, if you look at somebody, like, I've been watching these speed painters and stuff. They do this stuff where they're painting people with all kinds of colors because, like, we're most like, how do I say this? Yeah, we just reflect the light around us. So yeah, I'm an idiot. For me, maybe it's the sun that's brown. What I'm saying. Um, I do know about it. We're doing it. Shipping it. Oh, whoops. I'm an idiot. So like that here. I got the same for now. And one more spread. Select your pixels because it applies to everything for the wrong thing. What am I doing? Shit. Yo, don't do it. Don't do it, kid. Don't click on the menu button. Learn the hotkey. Hooah. Alright. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm doing it again. Doing it again. Control you. No, you. Black. Nice. learning, getting faster at recognizing when I'm about to fuck up, but not by much. Still pretty much hit or miss. Good. You know what would be super cool though, is if on these there was. Oh, damn it. It's a little bit late to be making that kind of decision, Gabe. But maybe I'll think of something where I can just combine, like, throw some stuff on there and draw it and then throw it on. Have them each have different little. Not that important. It's not that super critical piece that I've been fussing over forever. Okay, well, that is 6. Means there's only 2 copies in a single session, which is good. And then we got the Hierophant, and we got the Thirsty Worshipper token. You know what? Okay, now I remember. Yeah, these files are gone, I guess? I don't know, that's bad. Whoa, 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 hold on, hold on. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're okay. This one, though, I actually wanted to mess with because there is another file that I want to integrate with this one a little bit in some way. Basically, this person's going to be on the tile above. Needs to be flipped around, I think, maybe flipped around. And then what I might be able to do is add the extra at the bottom of the image for the crosscut. Hydra. Let's see. Come back here. Oh, get out of here. Back here. New layer. So the Hierophant, Oliver Oliphant. Make some beans, dude. You a green man? What does Oliver Oliphant wear? Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, that's 100% what I was like trying to go for with the people. I was like, these are kind of cartoon people in like a cartoon universe with kind of softer features, and they're just regular Joes. Like I always I resist. I try to resist the notion in Dungeons and Dragons that everybody's a super badass. I saw this post like a couple of times where somebody was like, "Yeah, my player wants to change characters. Right? He doesn't like Paladin, so he wants to change characters. How should I kill him?" I was like, it's like putting somebody out to pasture, man. You're like, oh yeah, I don't need you anymore. So instead of being able to retire or go have a family or whatever, fucking take you back and ice you with my DM. Just seems like it seems like it's weird because it's the first tool that you go for when somebody says I don't want to play this character anymore. And I could see why some players would be like, oh, I want to die in some dramatic way, but I'd be all about like, oh no, he gets to survive. Like, cool, here, DM, you keep him. Like, have him turn up later. I love that character. Like, it'd be great to see what he does with his life in your hands as a non-adventurer, right, or whatever. So, I don't know. That's my shtick. That's my rant on it. I'm gonna try this green collar with a blue gem in it. Depends on the game, I guess. Some people really go for the turned to 11 metal apocalypse shit. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I don't pretend that the like my kind of D&D is popular, or even that anybody should like it. Like it's just kind of what I like. And I think I've got a couple of friends who really enjoy it, and then I've got a bunch of people who don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. Like they're either super new and just kind of getting into the game, or um, yeah, they just play a different game, right? They play really go for the beloved metal apocalypse. I mean, yeah, I actually don't know entirely what that means. Metal apocalypse shit. You mean like metalocalypse, like where it's all like death? Yeah, yeah. I think I get what you're saying. If I'm wrong though, Oliver Oliphant, not described in the book, in terms of his color. So I give him like a kind of wicked tan. That's like he's an orange man. He's got a bad tan. By the way, this is actually my highlight of the evening so far. Is I went to this clubhouse chat room and they were talking about D&D shit, and talking about man, I'm too stoned to remember what the fuck we were talking about. What am I talking about? We finished this very complicated task. One of them was dice trays. It was like not dice trays, but like dice display, like over the top eccentric dice display crap. Yeah, yeah. I'm on Clubhouse. I follow some people, so I got on and talked a little bit. Yeah. Do you use it? I've got some invites if you want to chill on it. Like, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. It's just a tool. Oh, I did the thing. Did you see me do the thing? It's a good thing All Raleigh fan isn't like a multi. I have to do multiple versions of him. Don't forget, you like using other colors. Actually, that super sucks. I don't really have a good. Okay, we're getting rid of both of the new layers. Oh yeah, the other thing they came up with, they were talking about it last night, I guess. And I missed that one. I don't usually go to these, but they were talking about it last night. They were talking about Muppets D&D. I was like, oh fucking yeah! Like, how do I get all that hype? Like, I love the Muppets. I love the Muppets so much. And yeah, I could totally imagine like the Muppets being in a world where they got to deal with crap and like yeah, Kermit's a grung and think he's a Quilboar or whatever kind of thing you got. What goes so green? I don't have. I do orange, but I did a skin orange. Where the sacred colors of it, pink, white, stripes. Oh, you know what? Yeah. So here's a thing I need to remember is it's better to just draw in the color outline here and then like use a smart fill to fill it. Do I ever watch Angel episode where he is transformed into a puppet? No, I've never seen that. Uh, Angel is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer character, right? Is that that character you're referring to? Like the first question, have I ever watched Angel? I'm pretty sure yes. I watched at least an episode of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The I was told at one point with I think some level of seriousness that at the time I looked like something like that actor, not exactly like that. So what happens in this? What's that? You should see. Well, you did like it actually. You should see the stuff I'm doing on Procreate. It's actually getting pretty good. I'm having a really hard time with Photoshop. It's like just doesn't have the like there's super flexible available tools like that I want. Because there's a bunch of things that are weird and it's really hard to get around it. So I'm trying to figure a way to move my flow over to tablet, but all this stuff's on here, and I definitely don't have it set up for doing tokens and crap. This stuff's kind of lightweight, tedious. You gotta do all the little kind of. It's like coloring a coloring book that you've already drawn. Less entertaining part of the process, I think. But in some ways, the most satisfying. It's kind of interesting to me how. What kind of bottling mechanism do you think they're using down in this cave? Like I have a drawing of it. I'm just wondering what the hell it's made of. What color is it? It is a. Thank you. Pork. Good pork. Over in this register, we'll see how it goes. There, those are boots. Bring harpy wax. Love it. You know what I think are like kind of a. I don't see enough of them, and I think they're like a really good idea for kind of any genre that can kind of work across the board. Is like something like harpies, but insects, right? Like the wasp girls or wasp people, insect people, ant people. Like you got the drider for drow, but everything else is kind of. What color bottles do you think he uses? I imagine they're red. They're from red glass. They're the same. That'd be crazy if the bottles of water that you buy from Oliver Oliphant are made from the glass of the bottle. So actually have excellent. See, you knew exactly how to cheer me up, Austin. You knew exactly what I wanted to hear. That's music to my ears. I love it. I found a couple places for us to go to get art for a semi reasonable price. It's pretty expensive, but yeah, right. Hewn from glass, like or they like chipping away at the glass and they like get some and then they go remelt it and crap. By the light of the sun gecko. It's just such a crazy idea. Maybe it's just so crazy. It's just my work. All right, so I think somewhere. Oh, of course, did it again. Oops. But that they're fires with the big ass lands. Exactly. Maybe that's why she's walking all the time to keep people from just standing in one spot and melting their way through. second verse, same as the first. Over here, do this thing. Alright. So, yeah. But yeah, so the offshoot ideas of the Muppets D&D game, right, go straight to the right place, right? Is what's that like? Something Y. It's like the adult Sesame Street, University Y, or something like that. I don't know. For crazy, stupid ideas for eccentric and elaborate dice display devices. Avenue Q, that's it. Thank you very much. That shit's dope. And see that. Say like, okay, you're each a character from Avenue Q, and like watch Avenue Q before I hit this with the party, so you all know get in this headspace, know what you're doing, and then you have them pick a character class and all that bullshit, and like be that character as that class. That's that adds a dimension to the game, just the same exact way that Mars Calls did. That yeah, it's super valuable. It's definitely the thing to do. Great for one shots. Tell your friends. Pardon me. Alright, that's a little bit roguish. Love it. You get me. I got the nicest compliment from Stormy earlier today. I want to toot my own horn too hard, but it was a very nice compliment. They said they just started watching the new Critical Role content, the EXU, and They said that I kind of like that. I DM like Aubrey Iyengar, Abria, and I thought that was such a nice compliment. Like, um, I've seen Abria run kind of a bunch of stuff. I've been watching her like career just blow up. I guess along with everybody else, right? Like, um, she's been amazing, like hitting it super hard and delivering some amazing content. Like storytelling is fantastic. Bar none. Top shelf. Stormy said that I DM similar to Abrea Iyengar, the dungeon master for EXU, the Exandria Unlimited Critical Role show. Abrea Iyengar is the person who's replaced, like, is DMing this show or whatever. And I watched her perform a number of times. She's fantastic, amazing DM. So it's just a real, yeah. It was a nice compliment. Like they're like, I'm watching this. And I'm like, Gabe does that. Gabe does this kind of stuff too. This is funny. It's like, I don't know if you've seen the show, but like the whole beginning of the show was pretty not what you would expect. Oh wait, that was actually right. That's the right color for Orange Man. When Orange Man gets in the sun, he looks flirty. You know what I missed though? I missed the part where we put. Yeah, I thought it was a nice compliment. We're gonna put the white stripe. All the robe here. I love about doing the way. Keep all my shadows. I don't want to do colors or kind of materials without needing to think about it too much. It got hot. It gets hot in the cave. Oh, is that what the orange? I'm confused about your statement. God, that looks pretty cool. It wasn't even that hard to do. It looks alright. Man, I don't want to put like. Ooh. Now it's fancy. I love things that are fancy. What do we do about the green toilet seat around his neck? Just kidding. All right, the one last thing, because like there's only one thing left. Wired. Oh gosh. Is it wrong? Is it wrong? I am doing it wrong. This layer. Oh right. Pop your bottle. Gotta look big. I look fleek. I'm saying? Oh shoot, I didn't do the highlights on footwear. Briar Tuck got some duds. Alright. Save. It is saved. I think it looks really good. Actually, I'm pretty pleased with the product here. I think this is going to be a Oliver Oliphant has a good looking module, a good looking token, and it's going to look just fine alongside the other tokens. Right. Okay, look out. We're going to do it again. We're going to swap the thing. Oh my god, wrong one. Here we go. We're in here. Not what you should be seeing. What idiot. Close all that shit out. Okay. So I don't need this per se, but I'm doing it in the water cave. So I'm still working on the new art for the water cave grounds because this looks poo-poo. It I can see. So I need to add a worshipper. Thirsty Worshipper. By the way, is definitely the title of my next book. Speaking of which, I wanted to talk to you about some stuff. I found a place that we can get some art for pretty cheap, and I'd like to see if you'd be willing to like go look through stuff there and see if there's any covers that you're like, oh, I could be inspired by that, like to write a story, you know, and like kind of maybe go down like go for a couple of modules where we like kind of pin the art early and just be like, yeah, this is the art we're using. Yeah, because like the commissions are absolutely killing me. I don't have it in me to go that many more with like these commissions. So like real artists are like real money, $1,600 a pop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the dream. So kind of sucks. Also, it's kind of cool. Like, kind of frees us up from a constraint of having to like do a thing. And yeah, great. Would be great. Also, though, still keep doing this cool ass shit because it is dope. I just if I when I become a better artist and I can do our own art all day, I'll do all the cool weird shit. All right, so Thirsty Worshippers got none of that stuff. I need to upload an image for it. Actually, shit, I'm wrong. Well, I'm kind of wrong. So I think the way that this works, I can go to here, and I can just have a default worshipper open. Great. And then I'll save the changes for now and just put this. That's not actually where I need to be. I need to go back here. This is what's so confusing. Go back here, add another rollable table, add new items, or rename the table, I guess. This is Thirsty Worship. And add an item, and I pull up this here that you can't see because it only really lets me show like program windows. I could do my whole desktop, but it seems like an unnecessary risk. TBH. I know you're watching me, Austin. Feel threatened by your gaze. I miss looking at you, actually. I remember the last time we played together face to face, and it was quite a good time. All right, here we go. So we'll start with good old generic number 1. Sorry, lol. You don't have to be sorry. It was a good. Had a lot of good games together. Oh. Alright, I can't name them that. Good ID. So this one will be fail. Here. Thirsty Worshiper is built. Put a token down. Looks good close up. That's max. Max zoom. Alright. Random side. Hard to believe. Okay, cool. I'm a little bummed. The little guy ones don't have shading and highlighting the way, like, properly at all. They don't look right. Do a good highlight pass on them. It looks pretty cool to me too. I'm not stoked on the fact that she's got highlights and they just don't really have highlights. Good. I'd love to go back into that place. Yeah. Should definitely run it. It'd be cool. All right. So all that stuff aside, I don't actually. So get rid of all these. Then I grab this guy and a couple things have to happen. Thirsty Worshiper gets down in here under E. Oops. This. And then we go to the character sheet. So I don't know if you know that I do this. If I do this, this is the unfun part of being a nerd, like the kind of nerd that I am. So this is the Thirsty Worshiper character sheet, and I go here, and I gotta look up the Thirsty Worshippers come out of the water cave, which is this one here, 06. And Thirsty Worshippers use the bandit stat blocks. That with bandit stat block. And believe it or not, I have to transcribe this crap from here to here. Because there's no way to just do that, apparently. You can believe that. Do you finish all these digital assets? I think you should do one last playtest. I want to play with all these goodies. Oh, one last playtest? I haven't even done one first playtest with this stuff. Like, this is... So, yeah, we got to playtest it before it goes out. If anything's missing, we got to figure out if we're going to make it. Probably should start doing that now. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do for the Moon Elves party, or for the Moon Elves one, is first, I'm going to run the game with just the... like squares for stuff that I think I'll need, like just blank colored squares, like you did with the that battle, like in Moon Elves. It's genius. Like, we don't really need a bunch of stuff for that game. Like the events, the theater of the mind works fine for those event things. And I think just some nice imagery will basically take us everywhere we want to go on that party. So we'll see, but that's kind of the plan right now. Is for that one, we've already got kind of a template, so we can test it out, make sure it's and it was, in my opinion, super fun. So it works great with BTT. Any non-lawful alignments? 12. Leather armor. 7, 2d8, 2, 30 feet. Off 12. no scimitar. No skills. Actually, you can't stop me. Actually, yeah, I'm not trying to. I don't know why I did that. These are thirsty worshippers. One thing I can do. Change the name. Senses, passive perception. And they're gonna just be common. It says usually one. They're usually any one language usually common, so I'm just gonna go with that. Token size is 1, not spellcasting PC. All that stuff is fine. Add dex to tiebreaker initiatives. And just add actions. Easy peasy. Scimitar. What's the dot there for you? It's an attack, melee attack. 5 feet. Plus 3 to hit. 1 target. 1 hit is 1d6. Alright. See, I think it would be absolutely practical and pretty useful to, instead of like having like, oh, you perform with some actions, like you just get a list of all the actions on all the monster blocks and you can just throw them in. If you want to add new ones, you add them to the list. Like I don't know why the design systems for putting in this information are always so like universally bad. There's so much cool like D&D monster making you could make by just reusing and rearranging the stuff that's already in the game. Not saying that's the ideal or the pinnacle, but it's a damn good place to start. 320 feet, and that is, yeah, 2 hits plus 3. Honestly, a good monster maker with a built-in CR measurement thing would be a game changer. Yeah, that's what I feel like too. That's kind of like what I'm trying to build with Quest Giver, right? It's like there's a couple of angles to Quest Giver, but the thing that I want to build most for Quest Giver is like I'm a DM. I needed to make a scene, and I want some mobs in it. I'm gonna go to my tool, my little shelf tool, and be like, yeah, I feel like I don't know, what's a good CR for this, right? And get like a stat block. Be like, okay, cool, like that's, you know, this doesn't really apply to this setting, it's maybe like a cool swamp monster, but I'm in a manor or something. How can I change it, right? And then like be able to just copy that shit in, customize the crap out of it, reuse everything you want to use, and then be like, oh, and actions, yeah, let's add some new actions, and go look for actions from other monsters, like, or be able to just drop in your spells, for God's sakes. Like the spell manager in this is atrocious. Like I won't even use it. I'm not even putting. There's one spellcasting creature in this whole game, and I'm not putting their spells in because it's too tedious. Or wait a minute, I am doing that. In fact, I think I just blew away all the research I had set up because I did. I opened all the tabs for all the spells that they have. Melidra. Oh, Melidra. Fool me once. Come on. All right. That crossbow. Oof. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Listen to me cry about my D&D problems. We're fine. But I do have to go back and do that. No big deal. I enjoyed it the first time. I'll enjoy it doubly the next. I get to go read about spells and transcribe them in. No big deal. Scimitar, light crossbow. The rest of that stat block looks fantastic. So this character sheet I've done. And then I can come here and I edit this guy. Say this person, this token represents Thirsty worshiper. And gets. Okay, I did this a really specific way, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but I think it's just HP. Oh my god. Yeah, computer. So with tokens that you're going to reuse, the thing you got to do is set the value and then set it back or whatever. So like blue, I think, is their movement, NPC speed. Then if you change it back to none, then it won't update if it won't update everyone's if it's not updated. But like if they all point to one and they have that attribute, they'll all share a pool. Which actually I think is a really, really cool idea. Like it's kind of a free gimme that like is actually feels like a bug, but if you used it properly, it'd be like a feature. Like imagine having like a whole room full of monsters that are all sharing the same hit point pool. Right? So like it's like a gelatinous hive or something. Right? And they all like are a hive mind. They all share, but they all move around and attack totally independently. And you can, you know, kill them, but like you're never really killing them. You're just bringing them down. Yeah, that'd be super dope. A stat. A stat. A stat is the thing that they call it. A stat, I tell you. Statutory. Trimming the toenails of the beast. Weird statement. I don't know what that means. Trimming the toenails. I don't know what that means. I love you. I'm sorry. Fuck that thing. I don't need my phone. I don't need my phone right now. I don't need my phone ever. Girl, I'm lying. I need you. Don't need me. All right, and then armor class. Boom. Back to none. Misclick and do it again. So that's all good now. They should have vision. They don't have night vision. Yeah, and they're fine. And so that's the token. I go edit here, and I say use selected token. And then I can blow this away. Sorry, I think the time delay might be to blame for that one. I meant like if everyone's sharing HP because they're hive mind or something, shipping it a massive thing by taking out the individuals. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Trimming the toenails of the beast. I get it now. Contextually, it makes more sense. Like, yeah, you're totally right. Sorry, I dodged the thing on that one. I don't know what I was fucking thinking. All right, cool. So now we can. Oh, wait a minute. No drum rolls yet. Not yet. Close, but not yet. We need our Hierophant. We need Oliver Oliphant. Oliver. Oliphant. The drowning Hierophant. We will call him Hierophant. Oliver Oliphant. I think this is right. I gotta figure out how to clip the time delay on my bullshit, because my bullshit is bullshit right now. Know what I mean? I gotta clip the toenails of that motherfucker. That's what I gotta do. Alright, here we go. Big money time. Show him how it's done, Doc. He looks so good. He's such a pretty boy. I love him. Oh, God. Yeah. I think that's the safe. That's all I gotta do. Want to become famous? Buy followers, prime and viewers on. How dare you imply that fame or power are either of my goals? You there's a door. Knock it out. Cool. So we got this. This is good. And Yeah, ban bot. Go fucking bot somewhere else. Read NPC. Okay, so Oliver Oliphant is he's probably a fucking spellcaster too. And I haven't entered this guy yet. I keep forgetting. Like every time I go to do this, I forget that all the information about the module is in the module already. I need to like go to it to do this. Very unused to. Wait a minute. Oh man, are you kidding me? Hierophant Oliver Oliphant is also a bandit? Okay, at least it's gonna be really fast. Hey, is there like a... Can't believe there's not an option to like... Oh my god. Can't believe there's not an option to like reuse a stat block. It just seems so like amazingly tedious. Alright, oh well. Medium, humanoid. Medium human, I'm pretty sure. Described as human in the book, if not, whatever. Then I guess their alignment is like any non-lawful alignment. Kind of weird. I guess we kind of need Oliver Oliphant to have an alignment, don't you think? I feel like I mean, it sucks. You know what the alignment should be? The alignment should be scub and anti-scub. No. None of this lawful neutral bullshit. So the axis is scub anti-scub. What's the other axis? Partier or square, right? So that's the other axis. So you have the scub and the anti-scub, and then it's partier or square. I'm pretty sure Hierophant Oliver Oliphant is a square, and kind of a stingy square. You feel me? He also seems like an anti-scub person, just saying. So anti-scub. Square. Yeah, square anti-scubbist. Anti-scubbite. Anti-scub. Wow, we're making our own lectionary or whatever. Lectionary. The scubbites. God. Now we need to go back through the rest of them and give them each alignments, right? Some of them are actually pro-scub. But most of those are partiers. 12 leather. Square anti-scub. Would you comment on the blog post I made about reclaiming alignment with just like that, what we just did? Because that's pretty worth. Like, picking an alignment for that would be pretty fucking dope. What was it? It was like 11. Cool, thanks. Their hit points or hit dice are way more than that. It's like I'm gonna have to look again because I forgot what it was. Gonna have to look again because I forgot what it was. What's this arrow do? It just, okay, it just brings it up. This is the same thing here. How can these two forms here be not compatible? Like, how can it not just be able to pull it in? For this one, I feel like most alignments are probably escapist, bottle lifers, and sober addicted. But everybody in here is addicted. escapist bottle lifers. Yeah, actually, so that's a good idea. Like we should probably, like, for future games, like, if we, well, first let's test that alignment hypothesis, right? Who would be who's who? HOO. I don't know who that is. Sober escapist. Is Melidra sober? Hierophant Oliver Elephant. Oh, HOO. It's been a long day. I don't. Is staying cool. Then the shade lake. 46. Yeah. I'm an idiot. So he would be a sober bottle lifer. Only draws a sober escapist. The thirsty or the drunken dead are obviously addicted. They're addicted bottle lifers, or they're kind of a mix, right? Because like the righteous ones are like want to get out of there, but the wicked ones are like they've escaped their fate. I fucking love that bit. What about Django? Which, by the way, Stormy messaged me earlier. They're like, I'm gonna work on Django, and then their cat attacked their hand. So, because Django's not doesn't maybe he's addicted. It's unclear from the description of him. I think Smart Boy is definitely addicted, but he's not a lifer. He's like neutral, addicted neutral. Yeah, Django's true neutral. Django's the fucking Yoda of the game. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. Yeah, Smart Boy is like too much of a party animal, and all the feral humans are like sober lifers. No idea, or maybe addicted lifers. Maybe that's the thing. Um, but yeah, it'd be a fun idea to like test. So I'd really like to test the idea that I had about alignment out, and then if it works in a game context and everybody feels like they got value out of it, then we just introduce it as a rule, as an optional rule, and we can put the information for using that optional rule in our books. So when we ship a book, we say the alignment spectrum for this book are across these axes, where players can take these positions on these axes or have an excuse to not take a position on the axis. Basically, in the way that I express it, there's no real neutral. To not be one or the other, you have to have an excuse. So the character's excuse for not having an opinion about it is the thing that they play up. So, because otherwise it feels like neutral has always to me felt like, what, you're not good and you're not evil? Trust me, everybody thinks they're better than they are, and trust me, everybody's a little bit evil, right? Like there's no way to be like the thing that Dungeons & Dragons alignment is meant to represent. Of course, what it is really meant to represent is like, this is the central conflict. The central tension is good versus evil. The central tension is us versus monsters, which is expressed as law versus chaos, right? And so neutral is kind of like, well, why aren't you good? Like, what's your excuse for not being a good guy? What would the central tension be for Forge of Storms? I would say there's on one axis there's the tension of the traditionalist versus revolutionary, where you've got people who are like, there's definitely like a system of things that has been kind of in place for a long time, and so maintaining that tradition is important to them. And that's kind of the bad guy in that context. But there's also another central tension, which is that there's the living, and then there's the thing from the ocean, right? Like imminent disaster. So that's another big thing. Obviously, everybody who's alive on the land is on the for the living. But actually, that's not entirely true, right? The hags, for instance, are working against that. There's a bunch of creatures and things that are like, no, I want to kill you, like, but would all rather be alive. So I think yeah, there's probably like a humanist element versus nature. But I would argue that it is not important at the campaign level. Like the campaign high level alignment should be one thing, but when you're going into a session, set the alignment for that session. Like, where does your character stand on these two axes, right? At the beginning of the game, just setting the precedent. These are the conflicts of this specific session. Where does your character stand on them? And all you do is make an answer for it, right? You're not bound to it. Your character could totally play against it. It does not matter. All that matters is you make an answer for it. And that's your alignment for that game. But what it does is every game now you have a decision that you made about how your character feels about two axioms of things, which means that eventually your character's actually going to have like lots of interesting competing opinions. And that's something that you can't like there's no tool for making that right now. There's nothing in the game that's like, oh, your character has to grow and progress eventually and know how they feel about things, right? You can just walk through the game going, oh, I killed every goblin the thing guy put in front of me, right? And never have a moment of like, yeah, my character grew, right? I don't think that's very common, but I don't think there's any tools for supporting it. I think this is an idea for a tool that supports it. Hi, Mama.
Hi, kid.
You want to tell Miss Jamie said hi?
Hi, streamers.
It's
Oh.
Austin.
Oh, hi, Austin.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, right? It's like I think the reality is like all of us, right, are at some level a little tired of good versus bad trope, law versus chaos trope. Like it's okay, it's that it's there. Like I'm glad it's there, and I'm glad that it's an accessible thing for new players and DMs, I guess. But at the end of the day, right, there are much more interesting and compelling things to be, concerned about that impact your daily life, and making decisions about those is where all the interesting decision making happens. It's not usually about, yeah, like you being good, right, or you being a law person. Is like measuring everything by the notion of the law is kind of dumb. I was kind of thinking about doing a poacher themed game where the conflict was peasant rights versus environmental protection. Sure. Poacher. What does that mean? Like, peasant rights versus environmental protection. Versus red. So, like, okay, so you're talking about like red as in communism or the rise of the working class versus environmental protection. So environmental protection being like what does that mean? Because that can mean a lot of things. Like I guess okay, I think I get what you're saying. So it's just like anti-pollution, like trying to save the world from the growth that is man. The local forest safe from logging. Yeah, see, I knew you would get exactly what I'm talking about, and I would never have thought of that. Like, that's exactly like that's why the system should exist, right? Like, that's I wouldn't even say that that's peasant rights versus environmental protection. That's like, like I don't know how to describe it. It is the difficult thing to describe. You're not wrong. Hungry want to hunt the woods. They probably deserve to. Their numbers are so great. We're the woodland creatures. Okay. So we've got essential tension, right? So you've got the king and his prerogatives. You've got the peasants and their prerogatives. Where do the player characters fit in that story? Where are they in that story? I think that like it for an axiom for an alignment thing, it does kind of need to be down to like where can the players sit on this axiom that's meaningful to them. So like how would you describe it like to a player? Like you're either on the side of the Lord and you are literally protecting his prerogative, or you are helping the peasants. Right. Well, yeah, I don't think either of them is necessarily good, right? Like, people should be free to do what they want on land that they live on. But also, right? Like, the king sends them in to solve the murder of a sacred deer. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. From people, the people are like, no, help us overthrow this king and his elitist fairies. You have to choose. I dig it. I dig it. I think that's an interesting that is an interesting problem. Um I guess if the king sends them, they would assume that the default would be for them to do what the king told them to do, right? He's a king. So believing in authority would be the thing that gets them through that. But yeah, yeah, this I don't know. I don't. I think each player would make their own determination, but I think the default mode for that would be like it depends on the adventure hook, right? Like if the adventure hook is, oh, the king paid you to go do this thing, and then in the middle of the thing, it's kind of implied that maybe the other side has like a reason to be there. Like that won't necessarily matter too much to greed-minded characters. There's no kind of overthrow any authority. Right, whoever starts. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it's like I think the interesting bit there then is to say like, given where your character feels on this chart, right, determines where the adventure starts, which adventure hook to take, right? Where you're like, oh yeah, these guys are, obviously, peasant lovers, but they're hunting versus agriculture, whatever thing. Like maybe it's hunting versus, you know, like vegetarianism or something. Vegans, who fucking knows? Like, and like they're all over the spectrum with that. But when it comes to the other, they're in a unified way, right? I don't know if that made any sense. I'm getting a little punchy. I'm getting a little dinged out. I kind of hit my stride earlier today, and I haven't quite gotten back to anything super legit. Uh, the blippin' and the blippin'. Oh my god, shut up. Please shut up. Outer boots. What the fuck is going on? Holy shit. Oh. 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 That's weird. Thank you very much, Ryan Peterson, for picking up the copy of the game. Wesley Wynn, thank you so much. Let me know if you had a problem getting that, please. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Ah, never mind. Never mind. See what you did there. You went and downloaded all of them. Awesome. Please enjoy all of them. Please enjoy the games we're making. I really hope you enjoy the content, and I hope. Oh gosh, that feels good. I just got email bumped by our store. A bunch of people went and downloaded the module. Thank you so much. That is so very kind of you, and I hope very much that you'll enjoy it. I think we've really got an interesting and fun product for you for free now. And as soon as I'm done with this, get yourself a Roll20 board that will likewise be pretty fire. It's gonna be pretty good. Putting a lot of spit and elbow grease into it. Damage. Yep. It's passive perception. And which is getting common, buddy. You are a 1/8 of a man. Wish you could have a jug. So yeah, so the site to go to is Alamy, ALAMY.com. And if you go through there, there's this one specific artist in illustrations. Like, you basically do a search for fantasy, look for the first cool fantasy illustration, and click on the user. I know he can have a jug if I want him to, but I'm also not trying to make this any harder than it already is, and I have the stats for it. Scimitar right here. And I don't know how I'd stat a jug, to be frank. I'm a DM, I can do what I want. You aren't even my real dad. Hell yay! Oh my god!
So if you want more, I have another one I can for you. I'm just giving you this one full.
Cool. I'd like to announce to everybody that's watching me right now that I've just been served a burrito wrapped in cheese that's been crispified into tortilla levels of consistency. A cheese wrapped burrito. And I've got 10 minutes until I can go eat it, so we're gonna enjoy the last 10 minutes. Let me pull it up here. Alamy. In. Actually, I already threw some stuff on a light box here for, cause these are things I'm earmarking for use in. I want to put them in the Moon Elves, so I think this is a pretty good little masquerade image. And then this is one of their early works, but I just kind of like the colors in it. I think it's a really kind of interesting. And then they have a transcendental space whale. It could happen to you. Space whales. 2 of them. I found 2 space whales. Anyway, Tithy Lwadthong is the name. And you're gonna see immediately what the fuck I'm talking about, because these are exactly the same images that everybody uses for their for their modules and stuff. Like, so much advertising of modules just uses exactly this exact content. But Tiffy Wadcom? No, it's Tithi Tithy Lwadthong. Here, I will paste it into the chat. That. In fact, I can really just put up the link on there, whatever. But anyways, you can see the art's really phenomenally good. And a lot of people use this art. They use a lot of this fantasy stuff for fantasy, but there's a bunch of stuff in here that isn't used for fantasy because it's not fantasy art. And I'm like, we do weird shit. Like, I don't feel like we need to like hold ourselves to a fantasy standard. If we can write a story that's compelling and uses the mechanics of another TTRPG, or even uses 5e and has really kick-ass, you know, like, look at this, dude, a sky jellyfish? Yes, please. Can I have fucking 5 of them? That's what an aboleth should look like. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some really, you know, cool looking fantasy stuff. Like, this is amazing, right? It's just really good. So yeah, this is the site that I'm scoping for some art. Also Wick. You probably saw the link for Jeremy Adams. You don't want to know. You honestly don't want to know how much art costs. If you really want to have that conversation, we can have it offline, but it's not something I'm willing to talk about on stream, and it's like, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. There's a reason I'm working on becoming a better artist, and it's not because I have time to become a better artist. But look at some of this. This is so cool. Like, you can just imagine the cool fucking story that is like attached to this scene. You just put that in a story, no problem. So good. And there's so many of them that are like this one here. It's like, it's modern, right? It's got a gun, but it's fantasy. Like, it's crazy, you know, undead coming out of the ashes and shit. Looks cool. And there is just a ton of this stuff. They have been super prolific. So yeah, you can find all kinds of really good. These all would make fantastic covers, and do, and have. And yeah, slap some text on them and ship them. That would be ideal. Another space whale. Look at this thing. The only reason I didn't grab this one is it's got an astronaut in it. Space whales for life, dog. Alright, get out of there. Let's finish up this Hierophant Oliphant. For the last time, it's Oliver! Oh, not 86. 1d6. Plus 1. Flashing. No, there's none of that. Get out of here. This is like Wasbow. Attack. 80/320 foot. Plus hit. One target. It's 8 feet. Plus 1. Yourself. Cool. Cool. This. Back over here. I've got this. Pop this down. Open up here and grab alphabetical position. Otherwise, I'd be going crazy on this shit. I'm actually just gonna smack down there. And then fails, so it's already set. I'm actually just gonna fucking manually answer these because it doesn't have to be done the way I was doing it. 30 feet. Oop, footer. And I think plus 12. Legit. Dynamic lighting. Ability is fine. Cool. It's wrong. Something wrong. Is it wrong? Let's double check. Maledra, get in here. Okay, no. It's fine. Good. Okay, Maledra. Get up on your... Very good. Very good. Good. Everybody gather around now. All the thirsty worshippers gather around now. I think, could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a thing. that you can add to the token that makes it roll the token when you add it to the stage. Yeah, token era or none of that. Player that. General player permissions. You can see it. Yeah. 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 Missed opportunity. Alright. So I don't need to worry about that. Each one of these. And what the hell? Okay. Maybe I should just fucking choose. Jesus. Pick one of each one. Get out of here. Cool. We can drop a couple more. Thirsty worshippers down here. Party comes in. That's right. Oh. There's the scene. So them's the beans. That's what I got done today. Is the water cave. I still need to do the map, but at least all these are in place now, and Melindra can boom. The whole place goes nuts. They look so good. They all look so good together. I love them. All right, I'm happy. I'm a pleased boy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, guys. I'm gonna eat some dinner. I'm probably gonna work on this some more tonight, but I'm not gonna stream again until Sunday. So hopefully, I will see you on there. Also, my D&D game canceled for tomorrow night. People are going camping instead. So if y'all are free and you're interested, let's fucking play something. I will totally enjoy Cheese Taco. Thank you so much. All right. For anybody who watches this later, don't forget to check out watcherdm.com. Also check me out on the YouTube and the Twitter and the Facebook and the stuff. Follow me, like me, subscribe me. Because I told you to, damn it. Fucking don't question me again. I tell you, I will smack the Never mind. I'm actually, yeah. I love you. Please.